What's going on, everybody? Yeah, boy, Raphael Hilaire. I wanted to make this quick video, this very important information that all buyers need to know. It's just getting frustrating. It's getting annoying hearing this. And I was like, you know what? Let me just make this video so people can understand to stop doing this when you're looking for a home and you want to buy a home. Speaking to all the buyers out here in Tampa, Florida, and all the surrounding areas and across the world. Stop doing this. It is so annoying, especially being the listing agent and hearing this from buyer agents, is when these buyers agents call in saying, but the seller got it for this much. Who cares what the seller got it for? Who cares? That's irrelevant. I don't even know why. Like it gets me to the point where why is this even being brought up? This is completely irrelevant to the sale of their home. Who cares what the seller got it for? They got it in 2011, 2012, and they bought the property for $130,000. Or they bought the property for $150,000. And then you want to turn around here and you want to say, they bought it for $150 and they're selling it for $400. Like, we're in the hottest real estate market possibly ever that we ever seen, and you're over here discussing why are they making money from this. Duh, they're in here to make money. That doesn't make them greedy. That doesn't mean that they want selfish and they want a lot of money. It just means they want to make the most top dollar. That doesn't make any sense why but they can pay the closing costs or they can pay. No, you saying this is basically saying I want to do what's best for my client and I don't give a care about yours. Well, I'm going to feel the same way, right? Listing agents are going to feel the same way, and even when I'm on the buyer agent side, at the end of the day, if they go on Zillow and they see, they bought it for this much, 175, and now they're selling it for 500, I'm going to say that's completely irrelevant. Honestly, it really doesn't matter how much they bought the property for. They want to make as much money as they can. You don't know their situation. You don't know why they need the money. You don't know what they're going to do. That's completely irrelevant to the sale of the home. I've never understood why buyers feel entitled, especially in this market, that, we want, buyers that are now buying the properties, first-time home buyers that are buying the properties in this market, when 10, 20 years go by, and you're like, you know what, I want to sell, and say the market is just as crazy as it is now, you're going to experience that too when people are trying to straggle you saying, look how much you bought the property for, look how much you bought the house for. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just so frustrating when buyers feel entitled to how much the seller is making on it. Who cares? The seller's making $1 million. That's what they want to do. We need to stop, even agents too, we need to stop adding our emotions into this. It has nothing to do with us. It has nothing to do with us. This is between the buyer and the seller. We're there as a middle to make sure both sides can come into terms and we can get to the closing table. That is it. But it doesn't matter how much. But I don't want to offer this much because the seller's making that much. Why? That old saying, they say, stop counting people's pockets. You got to stop counting people's pockets. At the end of the day, if the roles were switched, you will want to make that much money too. They want to pocket the most money. They want to make money. Let the sellers do that. We don't need to sit here and be in their business, be in their pockets saying, how much are you pocketing? Look how much money you're getting. Because at the closing table, we're going to see how much everybody get. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see how much the real estate agents get. You see how much the seller's taking home. You see how much the buyer's closing costs are. You see all those things. But at the end of the day, none of that matters. If the seller wants to pay the closing costs, they can do that. If the seller says, you know what, I'll do this for the buyer, they can do that. But if the seller says, no, I don't want to. We're in a crazy market right now, and I want to make the most money that I can. And at the end of the day, I'm not doing that. I mean, hey, there's some sellers right now who are like, I'm not paying buyer agents commission. The buyer has to pay for their commission. So it's just at least they're paying for the buyer agent's commission. They're working hard for you. At least that's the least. You could be happy for that. But, at the end of the day, I just hope I can really clarify to these buyers out here who are looking, and even if that's you too, if you're looking for a home right now, it's completely irrelevant to the sale if you're over here looking at how much the seller is pocketing. All right? Like, please, let's stop. Buyer agents, let's stop. Let's stop. Let's let the seller make as much money. Because when it's a buyer's market, you think the seller gonna be like, well, how much does the buyer have in their bank? Because, you know, I want to make more money. That's completely irrelevant. That's completely irrelevant. At the end of the day, this is how much the buyer wants to pay, and that's that. Now, we need to stop allowing emotions, allowing people with entitlement who thinks, I want to be able to deserve this. The seller needs to give this because he's making so much money. Doesn't matter. If you made it all the way to the end, hopefully you learned something new and something you can advise your buyer on for this. And if you have any questions, comments, and concerns, here's my email. And also text me if you have any questions, comments, concerns, any of that. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next video.